No. Can't do it? Nope.
So society nowadays teaches to be helpful and charitable, and present in the eternal wheel of arguments that doesn't help anything to ourselves. Now, before you feel like this is an attack to you, it's very normal wanting to participate on these kinds of things, because we are afraid of being alone. I have a video about it here. But ultimately, this is feeding into our own fears, and that is something that isn't right by any standards. I believe we are perfectly capable of making the right decisions without being fear-mongered into it. And that it's even easier if you have your mental state quiet and well rested. That's why it's so important to learn to say no to others, and being okay with denying other people's requests in order to protect ourselves. To set up healthy boundaries and teach others how to deal with ourselves, without being the same old story where we have unrealistic expectations of others and then get disappointed at others because they didn't understand, because we didn't tell them. Now, I'll tell you the truth. If you are depressed and you have low energy, it doesn't matter how good your own intentions are. You are incapable of helping anything but yourself. Because if you are socially, mentally, and physically tired, you are unable to perceive what really makes a difference. Also, if you are tired, you are much more prone to having frustrated thoughts in the problem in front of you. So go rest. It's fine. You're fine. Being kind and being wise is not just a matter of a habit, but also a matter of having your own energy organized. Just go up to the nicest people you know and ask them how their life is, what are their problems, and you understand that being helpful while you don't have the energy for it, it's not sustainable nor fair to themselves. It's not right to trade your own well-being, comfort of others. So you don't have to feel guilty when you say no to others. If you are well rested and okay with yourself, it's actually much more easier to do the right thing and not be so much affected by what goes around you. So it's simply better to say no to others when you need the time for yourself. And this does a lot more for you mentally than you know. First point is, by you saying no to others, you create this barrier between yourself and the outside world, giving you a space to heal from your own depression and making what happens around you not affect you so much. Also, giving you the ability of actually choosing where do you want to go in life. And then it simply becomes a matter of deciding what you really want for yourself. Another benefit of saying no to others is that it gives you that sense of control back to you. And the more you do it, the more confidence you have within yourself. And if you are more confident, you stop feeling so anxious. Because if you always go around chasing whatever there is at the moment, you have nothing of yours to stand on. So it's quite normal if you feel anxious. But of course, there will be situations where you can say no to. In those moments, I advise you to weigh the pros and the cons. For example, you go out every Saturday with your friends. Is missing one Saturday gonna make that much of a difference? And if it does, are they really your friends? Or for example, work. Is the extra work you are sacrificing yourself to that essential for your own career? Or is just some meaningless crap that is gonna get asked again? Wouldn't actually saying no to your boss, actually setting healthy boundaries between you and your boss, stuff that maybe it's what will make you improve your own performance? Let's be honest, people are naturally selfish, and if you say yes to everything, your life is just gonna be the whims of others and not your life. So at some point you gotta pick one, and you don't need to be so afraid, because the people who truly love you won't ask anything else than yourself. But you got to create these situations where you can test that and find them. If you ever hope to solve your own depression, remember, you before anything. I hope it helps.